You are listening to Maximum Pew Pew, an actual play RPG podcast. Maximum Pew Pew follows continuous storylines and are meant to be enjoyed from the beginning. This episode follows the Dead Sons storyline and may contain spoilers for the Dead Sons adventure path published by Paizo Incorporated. The following segments may contain mature themes and adult language. In this episode, the party uncovers more of the Cult of the Devourer's doomsday secrets.
The dresser doesn't have a laser trap that will literally cut your hand off.
When you get into this particular living quarters,
trauma thing for you.
can I get perception checks?
Let's see.
Nope. No,
20 after the spores.
20.
So yeah, 20 even after spores.
14.
20 will be sufficient. While you're looking around the room, one of the beds has a small lump under it, like under the pallet.
Okay. I will cautiously, very cautiously, approach this lump.
Okay, it's an active grenade. Not really.
Why do you
foiled again?
So
feel
bad.
free to turn over that sheet of paper for what did you find under the bed?
Ooh, tier 1 datapad and a cred stick, boys, for 1,400.
So you got a tier 1 datapad.
What does a tier 1 datapad do?
You can-
make me a
you can
computer
play Angry
check and you can
Birds.
see what's inside it.
Okay, yeah.
And you know,
It's
yours-
basically a tier 1 is gonna be
Oh,
like a
nat
laptop.
20, putting me at a 38, so a 34 after the
Okay,
spores.
yeah, you explode the DC by double.
Ooh, they left the root password unchanged.
Right.
So, among the mundane data files, electronic messages, gaming apps, and other files in the
Gaming
datapad
apps,
is a
Angry Bird.
single video file labeled "Do Not Delete."
I wonder if this is important.
I should probably delete this.
That's a good way to market.
Yeah, let's watch this video.
Okay.
I would never not watch a video, Mark. Do not delete.
In the video, a Verthani and a gnome are sitting cross-legged on the floor inside one of the base's living quarters. Both are dressed in robes and wearing unholy symbols of the Devourer, and the Verthani is teaching the gnome to sing a paean to the Devourer. Throughout the song, both cultists repeat the phrase, Niara knows. K-N-O-W-S. So Niara, author of that book that you had talked about earlier.
no.
Knows as in having knowledge.
Can I culture check for Niara? I don't know who that is.
Or
Or is that somebody who's basically just like a nobody?
no,
But it's somebody in
she
this
is
book.
not a nobody.
Okay. I get smited for saying such things.
You can make a culture check on Niara.
Oh, God. 18 minus 4, so 14 culture.
Ooh, okay. You don't know much more about her other than the fact that she is a
Filthy cultist.
well, yeah, let's see. She was a mystic that previously lived on Castrovel. She became a follower of the Star Eater.
I feel like we're listening to them singing Sunday school songs.
It pretty much, because we are.
About the end of the
And that's
universe.
like the chorus.
the end of days.
The heat death. So she committed herself fully to the Devourer's entropic cause and began a career in dark soothsaying. But she was associated with a number of atrocities. But before her death, she recorded what is considered the magnum opus of her time, the tome called The Entropy of Existence and Glorious Rise of the Void. Many of the Devourers still use it as a kind of, not really holy work, but sort of a supplemental work.
Right. It
But-
replaced Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance on the bestsellers list.
But yeah, that's what you know about Niara.
To be fair, that's a lot.
And that's pretty much what's on the data pad. Let me see here. But almost after like every like kind of statement, they repeat Niara knows. Da 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 da. Niara knows. It's
Okay. So instead of Amen, it's me. Or Niara knows.
yeah.
We need to commission some closing music for this episode.
Brought to you by the local congregation of pagans and Satanists.
Speaking of which, they finally succeeded in that like long drawn out battle. They have a Satanist statue in front of some government building, some state out in the Midwest, because like they put like a big statue of like the 10 Commandments up, and they were like, "Hey, you really shouldn't put this up. I really think the whole separation of church and state thing." And they fought it. Like the state, they were like, "No, we're not removing." They're like, "Okay, fine. We'll make sure we get another statue
equal representation."
Right.
Yeah.
So there's like this like goat headed like dude doing this like kids like
Baphomet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like he's sitting there like this, and there's like a little child like leaning against his knee, looking up at him, and he has like his hand around her. Like
it's kind of badass.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty intense.
Baphomet was a lawgiver also, so.
I mean, that's true.
It's appropriate for multiple reasons.
So you've gone through the living quarters. Now where would you like to go?
Well, we only got one room left.
Well, we have another
kitchen.
We have another kitchen dining room area here.
Yep, this kitchen and dining area
Get ready for
seems as if they were abandoned in the middle of meals preparation. Pots of meat slurry and festering dairy sit on the stoves to the west, and metal cups full of some sludge, long-term beverage, sit on the tables to the east. Tiny flies buzz around the entire scene, flitting from place to place among the rotten smorgasbord.
If we didn't have environmental seals closed before now,
Right.
we do now.
Rotten food, do not open. Rotten food, do not open. Rotten dairy, detected. Rotten meat, detected.
Anytime you hear the words meat slurry,
Yeah,
it doesn't really
bad
put you
news.
in the mood. Yeah.
Bad news.
Right.
The
You're
term
either
rotten smorgasbord.
You're either, packaging McDonald's hamburgers, or it's just going to smell bad.
It's bad.
That's McDonald's hamburgers. Yeah, that's meat slurry.
Pink goo.
All right, so I guess
You can't do that out of beef, though.
we have one red room remaining.
Here's what I say.
So the thing is, this says that there's a hazard that makes you require a fortitude save or be sickened by the horrible stench, but I'm guessing everyone's got their environmental suits on.
But what do environmental protections have to do with anything anyway? Clearly, we've demonstrated those don't mean shit.
Well, the spores had plot armor.
In defense, after some research and being bugged by the game mechanic on this, that it is possible that it's a concentration high enough that it overwhelms the armor's ability to filter.
Okay.
That's fair.
Also, any environmental protections from a creature's armor do nothing to avoid this trap's effects, since it's specifically designed to penetrate breathing apparatuses.
So
I get it. I'm
Right.
I'm
Just
trying
like
to
the void of
pretend to be
space.
salty because I didn't get affected by them, so I don't really have the right to be salty.
the spores are like small enough they just pass through the filter.
So I say we enter. I
Just
say
like
we
the vacuum
enter
of
this final
space.
room from two separate sides, just so that if there's anything in here, we get the flank on it.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
Who's north side, who's
Yeah.
south side? This is important. We can.
Me and Zenka are going to be north side.
Oh,
All right.
Look at that.
sure. Have
It's-
girls
it's
and
like-
not girls.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that actually works out.
So,
Whatever.
To be fair, I think we've used every pronoun for Zenka at this point.
Not girl.
looming.
That's not a pronoun.
It is now. It is
Capital N, not.
Yeah, capital N, not girl.
Looming
Not a pronoun.
Looming over the west side of the sterile room are floor-to-ceiling computer consoles that swallow the entire wall with dizzying displays of darkened screens, inset buttons, levers, and switches. A squat, bony reptilian creature is slumped over in a congealed puddle of blood in front of the consoles.
Doesn't look like it worked out so hot for him.
Maybe he failed his computer's check.
I mean, I don't know. He kind of just looks like a Korean kid that took League of Legends too long. Like,
Drank too many energy drinks.
Too serious. Like,
So,
he was like, I died and then melted because I neglected myself playing League of Legends. Well, that's some serious neglect there, buddy.
I've never once died while playing video games.
There was like a kid in Korea that did.
keep that streak alive. I mean, it's...
Yep. Oh, children.
There is a creature in here.
Of course there is.
It looks pretty wicked.
Because it's the end boss, right?
Yeah.
Look at this lizard with smoke for eyes.
Jeez.
That's pretty badass.
That thing's terrifying. It's also awesome.
It's like
He couldn't have gotten cooler.
It's like
He's so cool. He has smoke coming from his eyes.
It's like you took a basilisk and made it glow red, and then you filled it full of lava.
Just put it,
It's
like,
an edgy
set it up where it
basilisk.
landed. That's cool. Okay. So there's a creature in here.
Just saw your picture.
He's so mad his
The
brain's
North Space
smoldering.
Chamber.
What, did you get hit with the mind spores too?
I had to beg a friend to get that picture back. I need this in a hurry. Please
everyone
resend
roll
it to me.
initiative.
Alright,
Let me know if you got 17 or better.
I do.
Boy, you got a 17 or better?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else get a 17 or
I
better?
got a 17 exactly.
Still
Your
rolling.
modifier is 5. It's 6. So, did anyone else get a 17 or better?
No.
Maia, what'd you get?
14.
And Zenka?
14.
Okay. I like how Pathfinder 2 handles ties in initiative, in that if you tie an enemy, the enemy goes first. I don't care what your modifier is. And if you tie a friend, you just like, hey, we know that you're
Figure
gonna
that
follow-
out. You're
yeah,
both adults.
You guys figure out who wants to go first.
Oh,
tactically.
that's. I feel like that's a bad move.
I don't know.
Well, like, in
rely
our
on-
group, it worked fine, but like I can just imagine like some of the people that I played with on Sundays that it would just like a bear.
Well, I mean, you either have, there's 3 types of characters. Character's not going to care. A character that wants to go first because they're about to drop a buff, or the character that wants to go second because they really want that buff.
Right.
Okay,
So,
that's fair.
like, if you've got, like, hey, if you let me go first, I'm going to put haste on the party. Like, okay,
Yeah.
give me that.
Or if you let me go first, I'm going to fill this room full of hellfire before anyone else enters it.
Okay, that sounds good, too.
Yes.
Cyna, there is a reptilian-looking quadruped with smoke coming out of its eyes.
Does it look like it's been munching on the lizard guy?
He must have eaten some very spicy food.
It looks like he's hungry.
All right.
And it looks like...
He ate those spicy preserves, and now his eyes are smoking.
You know what? I don't.
many scobles!
Yeah, but you know what? This could be the pet. This could be the guy in charge who killed all the bad guys.
This is literally the only living thing you've found in here so far. Do you
Well, right.
have a life sciences?
No.
Yeah.
Is Magical Beast still life sciences?
Yeah.
Or is
It's
that going to be
alive.
Mystic?
Yes.
That or mysticism.
I'll let you use either.
I'll
'cause
look.
I don't care.
All right. So I'm going to.
So 27 for a life science check.
It is mysticism.
But you're still welcome to go.
Mysticism? What would be your mysticism with that roll?
Oh. Not as good. 19.
19?
19 mysticism.
Okay, 19 mysticism. I will give you one piece of information about the Violisk.
It is an edgy basilisk.
Do I want to know?
I'll give you this for free. Its int is -4, so there is nothing. This is certainly
There's
nothing
nothing in those
either.
eyes.
all right.
They're blank.
It ain't that bright.
Do we want to know like defenses or like special attack? Or do you guys want to know something else entirely?
I've also got a mysticism check, so I might be able to get something
More?
All right,
Okay.
Just-
tell me what you got. What question you want? Sorry.
I guess like
Attack since it goes next.
yeah, I guess special attacks.
Okay.
Or
so,
any of attacks that you want to give me.
it bites. It bites super hard.
Cool.
It also has something called Void Gaze. A Veilist embodies the claustrophobic, dark, and often maddening aspects of deep space, and it can project a sliver of the void into its enemies with a mere gaze. A creature that fails a will save against the gaze ability is confused until the beginning of its next turn. This is a mind-affecting effect.
Ooh. All right. It is the mascot. Okay. So Cyna, I guess Cyna is going to take a move action and activate her cloaking field. Kind of very slowly move into the room.
I need to find information
Make a stealth
about
check.
gaze attacks.
Stealth check while invisible, I can't imagine. It's very
Gazes
hard
are
to
weird.
succeed.
I will return.
Well, you know, I have to roll it, so there's a target number. So... I'm at 35 on my stealth check.
Yeah. For the trick attack stuff?
No. This
Oh.
I activated my cloaking field.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I
Snuck
snuck into the room as invisible.
Okay. You don't feel like it was tracking you?
Okay. That's my turn.
That's your turn. Is a creature's turn. And he's got...
I mean, it can see me and Maia.
Tiptoeing in
Yeah.
Jordan.
So both of you make stealth checks. Let's see who's the loudest.
See how much scent it can have whenever smoke is coming out of its face.
What's the armor check penalty on these Lashuntas?
-2.
So how loud were you?
I got a whopping 10.
Cool. How loud
12.
were you? 12? Okay, so, Ion.
Uh-huh.
The creature is going to look at you.
Yeah, it's going to look at me.
Yep. So I need you to make me a will save.
Okay.
You'll want to do good on this one.
A will save. Do I get a minus on that because of the mind spores?
Yeah.
-4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a 20.
Cool. You did well on it. You were not confused.
Nice.
Oh my god, the mind spores affect your will save. Oh.
Uh-huh.
I only have a 4 for will.
Straight die. I have a 5.
Don't look at it.
No.
Yep.
Don't look at it.
So it's actually going to now approach you and try to take a chunk out of you.
Okay.
What is your KAC?
25.
Never mind, I rolled a 1. Disregard. Ion. This thing, when you looked into its eyes, like they were blacker than void, and the smoke kind of just like coalesced into these unfathomable images that you couldn't quite process. Thankfully, you were able to kind of shake that off, and now you're able to operate like a normal human being. It's so creepy.
Well, that would be a first.
Well,
What does a halfling? What does a halfling know about being a human being?
What do you know?
Took like a second to like click what you had said.
I thought you were invisible.
I'm in your head now.
Yeah, I'm gonna guarded step away from this thing,
Good plan.
and I'm gonna shoot. Does a 25 hit its EAC?
Yes.
That is going to be a 14.
14. Okay. Maia, it's your turn. That creature appeared to have pursued Ion instead of you. It's Big wig.
Is there a piece of technology close enough to this to make him shaken?
Yeah, there's an entire wall that's a
That
computer.
entire wall is a computer.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, ion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing, like, heavy armor, and I have a plasma cannon in my hand.
All right.
Do you have special, like, visor?
Do I?
Do you have a special visor, like, on your helmet?
I have infrared sensors on my helmet.
Okay, so, like,
Yeah.
just
So it is
at the epilepsy frequency.
DC of 16 plus 1.5 times his CR. Is the DC I'm looking for.
Okay, so you're looking for 25.
Pretty steep with his mind spores, but we'll see. I need an 11 or higher, I think. Right, yeah. 11 or higher after the mind spores.
50-50.
Oh my gosh.
You get there.
11.
Woo!
So,
That's what I'm talking about.
as a result of just the sensory overload, he's just overwhelmed with just the amount.
Yeah, freaks him out a little bit.
And then I guess with my move action, I'll scan him.
Okay.
Yeah, he is shaken, which is a -2 to his attack for 1 round until the end of his next round, plus an additional round for every time you exceed by +5.
Zenka will hold Cyna.
My society mechanic has the same thing. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
All right.
Okay, I get it.
So, we're going to shoot this guy and try to stay hidden.
Okay. Look for 26 for your trick.
Got it easily.
Okay.
And the hit roll will be... I'm pretty sure I got that.
Yeah, I'll target shaken by 1 round, plus 1 additional
energy
for every
flat-footed.
fight.
25.
And we will make him flat-footed.
He's shaken and flat-footed.
That's right. 16 Sonic.
Okay.
Oh, did you report my 2-hit roll?
Yeah.
As damage? You can do that if you want.
I mean, it was good. It wasn't too different. It is the creature's turn. He has got shot. He is shaken
And flat-footed.
and flat-footed.
He takes a -2 to his AC, can't make reactions, and a -2 to attacks,
Yeah.
saves, and skill checks.
Okay. So he will.
Did Zenka go?
I've got him hold. Okay. So go ahead and guarded step him up to you again, because we're going to say that the source of some of that technological haywire.
Yeah, it's
The stuff
not
happening.
awesome for him.
Yeah. He will attempt to bite. 23 minus 2 is going to be 21 kinetic. Okay, he tries to bite, but is unsuccessful.
Mhm.
You can tell by just the jaw power that is not something you want to be on the receiving end of.
Okay.
On your turn, this creature's made its way into the North Mess Hall.
So I'm going to full attack him. I'm going to shoot him twice. He's flat-footed, so he can't make reactions.
This is true.
Bow bow!
Is he shaken any longer?
He is until his
Until
turn.
my
His turn.
turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
and flat-footed until your turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is helpful for me.
Next level, I can take 10 on those operative checks.
Nice.
Oh, man.
What'll be your modifier then?
Plus 20.
So you can get. Oh, okay.
So I'll
Does
be
a
able to take 10 for
20 hit
30 for
his
my self
flat-footed
checks.
EAC?
That is
Yes.
brutal.
So I
That's
hit him
awesome.
twice.
Okay.
And if I turn on my
2
cloaking
hits.
field, it's 10 on top of that.
40s.
Yeah.
Cloaked. Oh, my God. Might as well be invisible. Like, truly invisible.
Cloaking field is almost invisible. It's like Predator invisibility.
Oh, okay. So it's like
Yeah.
the warps in the... Which most people might just
23
think is a
across
visual
the 2
glitch
hits.
with whatever helmet
23
they're like...
across the 2 hits.
Helmet or eyeball implants they're wearing.
Yeah. Although it'd be kind of fun as a computer-based operative to just make it so that it
I
would
would, please.
It is a
Be like
22
standalone
mysticism.
complex,
What are
and
its weaknesses?
Just the symbol. For
Not
laughing
fire or
man
electricity.
disappears over top of me. Hack
Oh
their
man,
eyes.
that'd be
It doesn't
so
really
cool.
have any weaknesses. It is a big
I
bag
need
of
to watch that again.
It has
hit points. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of
It's been shot several
Ghost in the
times.
Shells, like
It looks
where she hacks Gato's eyes and
pretty
she's just
beat
basically
up.
teleporting around because of it.
Oh, it's like right next to me.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
take a guarded step to not be there. Unless you have a
it's flat
touch attack. Unless you have an EAC
Oh,
attack
yeah.
that doesn't.
It's still
Yeah,
flat-footed.
it's flat-footed. It's still flat-footed, so it can't take a reaction. You can just cast all up in its grill. It doesn't care.
Oh,
It does care, but it can't do anything about it.
That's an important
This is unfair.
distinction.
Stop it.
Player characters are
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Like, that's what I feel like we're doing to this
Eat
thing.
shit.
He's flat-footed.
I don't wanna. Eat shit.
You better.
You know what? Ion, would you like a supercharged weapon?
What do I not want a supercharged weapon?
Sure. Okay. Here you go. Have 4d6 on that weapon.
Huzzah, me!
And then I would like to take a
Yamato
guarded step.
cannon.
I assume here?
Yep.
Maia, it's your turn. That creature continues to pursue Ion,
Okay.
and it's shaken until the end of.
At the end of my turn, is it?
Sure.
Okay. He's flat-footed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, yes.
All right. Let's,
Yeah, and with the dice you're using now, that actually matters. With the old ones, you would have not even gotten close for that -2 to matter. You're laughing because it's true.
so painful.
Look,
Yeah, a 17 on the die plus 8,
Oh, no.
9, 10, 11. No, whoa, I messed that up. Plus 17 plus it's 17 plus 8.
25. That'll hit. See?
8 or 9, one of those.
Mine does real well, and she's not using dice made from like Pugwampy bones.
All right, 4 plus my character level, so 6, so 10. 10 damage.
Okay.
Does your scanned give you a +1 to damage and to hit, or just to
Just
hit?
to hit.
It increases the BAB.
It basically just makes my BAB full BAB, is what my
Okay.
scan does for now.
Cyna.
Oh, hi.
Right.
Let's do that trick again.
It might get better later. I haven't read into it.
All right. Stealth check is going to be with cloaking field 38.
You get there.
And 23 flat energy flat-footed.
Yes.
We will make sure it stays flat-footed because that seems to be working. Holy crap! 27 damage. Sonic.
27
You
sonic
just
damage.
rattled its bones.
It is flat-footed, flat-backed, flat-lined. Like, you kill it.
Bow! Dead.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Flip the revolver around and blow the smoke off the end.
So you did exactly.
And I blow the smoke off of its eyes.
You do.
I want to be cool too.
You do exactly the amount of damage needed to take it down. So I guess technically a stagger, whatever. You kill it. Kilt.
It done been killed.
It done been killed. Let's see here. So you killed the Obelisk.
Yes, we did.
Is that a you don't know jack shirt?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that
And
ability.
actually,
I've got 2 of them.
something that we may do before we all leave is put a game of that on upstairs because my daughter loves the t-shirt game. No, sorry, what you call it? The fire game.
The fire game.
The
okay.
fire game. You'll understand as soon as you boot it up why it's called the fire game. She calls it the fire game. She loves it.
The other shirt I have is
Shouldn't
a gray
understand
one.
anything that's going on except there's a bunch of pictures and people are laughing and that's enjoyable to her. So.
There's the other one that I have is a gray shirt with a white cat face with black eyes, and the saying just says "There will be blood."
There will be blood.
I got a picture.
So,
somewhere. It's beautiful.
You're in the data core.
Mhm.
Let's open this bad boy up.
It's time to fight the Master Control program.
Crack.
So yeah, the data core here is a Tier 3 computer with several secure data modules and a control module for the basic system-wide comm unit. Accessing it's going to require a computer's check. Wait. Yeah, access is going to require a computer's check.
You know, I'm going to check out Lizard Boy while he's, probably push the chair aside.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And see what's up with the former sysadmin here.
So apparently, let's see here. So that apparently was not a lizard man as much as it was just another Violisk that had died.
And was put in the chair.
Ew. Who did that?
So it wasn't in a
what
chair, it was
purpose?
just in front of the consoles.
Oh,
Look
okay.
at look at your wife. Look what I did to her. I made a spectacle of her. You stay here and guard her. For
Somebody
somebody
spit in the chair
Actually,
better.
it looks like it was shot. We will say that.
Okay.
Someone
my
else
phone?
was not enjoying these.
Well, I thought I'd put Do Not Disturb was the... Good luck. Okay. Well, I have again. I think I know why. I think I had it set for like 2 hours.
That's the gear boost I'm taking when we hit 7.
So, now there's 2 dead Violisks in here. How about this computer? This has literally been the only other living thing in this facility that you've encountered.
Well, I'd like to access this computer, figure out what happened, June.
Okay, computer's check.
Do we want to wait out the mind spores, or me just roll the computer's check?
Ooh. I don't know. Are you smart enough to want to wait?
Right.
Would you like some assistance?
I kind of feel like team hacking the computer is just like very
We each take half
reminiscent.
the keyboard.
So
It's very
here's the-
reminiscent of like the movies
Pair
Hackers
programming.
and other
Yeah,
90s
those-
hacking movies.
Yeah, those awful, terrible movies where you
We're-
just pound on the keyboards and the camera floats around and like
and you're
ones and
basically
zeros
playing a
fly
video
through the air.
game because that's how information systems are displayed when you're hacking.
There's literally a scene in NCIS where they both share a keyboard.
I know.
It's so bad.
So, Maia, when you were about to start hacking this thing, you kind of get to the login screen, you realize that this machine normally takes a voice imprint password.
Voice imprint.
Yeah.
Ugh. How do we get around this?
Well, I mean, you can still get around it. You just know that
It's going to be harder.
potentially...
Biometrics doesn't make things unhackable. It just makes it way harder to hack.
I
The data
grab
pad.
out of your back pocket the data pad.
Yeah. The data pad.
I bet it's just that phrase.
The do not delete.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you would use to mark your password.
Yeah, that says, what is it?
Niara knows.
Niara knows. Just play that section.
Yeah. I'm going to,
Access granted.
yeah, I'm gonna play the Niara knows, like, into the voice-activated password.
Apparently, I just broke
Okay.
Jared.
No, it's... make me a computer's check. You're going to get a bonus because you've played the password into this thing.
Alright, 19 plus 18 minus 4.
So it's 33 plus the circumstance bonus for using the voice clip. You beat 25 handily.
You play it, and it was all like, press the screen to enter, and you were like, doop! I'm in.
So now that you've accessed the system, 3 data modules likely interest you, labeled activities, intelligence, and sacred lore.
Let's start with the fluff, sacred
We
lore.
found the infosphere.
Yeah, I wanna open up Sacred Lore.
For
Okay.
500, Alex.
So, the Sacred Lore data module is secured behind a firewall. It will require an additional computer's check to successfully hack into.
Because firewalls.
Alright, that is
25.
29. 11 plus 18 minus 4. So, 25.
It's plus
Just like you had
14.
said.
And
You're on
who's
it.
helping him? Who's helping him? Someone hold the shift key for him.
That is a 31.
Oh, he shoves you out of the way and does it himself.
Right.
He's like, God, you type slow.
Yep. Let's see here.
I've got my head plugged in, and he does the typing.
The Sacred Lore data module contains reams of information about the cult's profane belief in the Devourer, the assured entropy of the universe, and the cultists' unholy roles in bringing about the end of existence for the glory of their dark religion. In addition to general religious dogma and near-mad ramblings, the data module also details the Star Eater Spine's cult's fascination with an ancient elven soothsayer named Nyara, outlining her history as detailed what I've just told you. The data even includes a computer-generated hologram of Nyara recounting some of her most enigmatic prognostications as recorded in her most infamous book, The Entropy of Existence and Glorious Rise of the Void, which the cultists of the Star Eater Spine treat as gospel. One of these predictions is flagged as high priority. If that prediction is accessed, the hologram of Nyara recites, "In the Maw of the 12 lies the key. Forsooth, shall all be undone. When the knee meets the gorge, so far, the widening gyre explodes magnificently." An annotation on the file points to the cult study of this prophecy stored in the data core's activities data module.
So thanks for telling us the next module we need to access.
Well, the 12...
Nyara!
Yeah, wow.
Oh.
Her dad did not love her enough. Look at her.
No,
She looks like she's trying to be a rock star.
Yeah.
yeah, she totally
Punk rock.
followed the Cure around on tour.
So, which module?
Activities?
Activities? Okay.
The 12 thing,
Yeah,
we just
activities.
came from that.
That's
Well,
true.
the Temple of the 12, yeah. This
The
module...
constellation.
Okay. This module can be accessed without additional computers check. It states the mission of this sect of the cult of the Devourer is in no uncertain terms. The denizens of the Star Eater Spine were devoted to pouring through the prophecies in a sacred but cryptic tome called The Entropy of Existence and Glorious Rise of the Void. The data contains the cult's analysis of some of these divinations, including one prophecy flagged as high priority. This high-priority prophecy is not stored in this data module, but a link points to its location in another secure data module labeled Sacred Lore. You've already looked at it. The cultists focused on this one prophecy in particular because they thought it the most likely candidate for them to bring to fruition. From the data, it appears the cultists interpreted the prophecy as referring to some sort of weapon, one powerful enough to serve as a, quote, key to untold destruction. But they have deciphered little else. In addition to the cultists' obsessive work to understand more of this prophecy's latent instructions, this module details the terrible ritualistic tortures the cult enacted to try to pull further clues from those lines.
Someone tried to make a Simlink jump a CH root jet. That made sense to absolutely no one, but that's okay.
That joke was for someone out there.
Someone got it.
Finally, there is the intelligence data module. That is
Open it up.
okay. It also has a firewall equipped with countermeasure.
Ooh,
Everybody more than 20
countermeasures.
feet away.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we all back up a little bit.
So here's what you can do. You can hack into it directly, or you can try to disable the countermeasure.
I think you should try to deactivate the
Yeah,
countermeasure.
I'm gonna try to disable the countermeasure.
Okay. So there's actually two countermeasures. One is just regular feedback countermeasure. The other is a virus that you would basically unleash on the computer and kind of corrupt stuff.
Destroying the info
So which
you were
one do
looking
you
for.
want to...
Let's get rid of that virus.
Okay, you want to get rid of the virus first? All right, computers check.
All right. 15 plus 18, so 29.
Okay,
After
you
the-
McAfee it out
the
of
spores.
existence. Now,
Delete.
Buddy Edgar.
so what next?
What was the other countermeasure?
It's a feedback. Probably shocks the
countermeasure.
shit out of you.
Yeah, shocks the shit out of you.
Yeah, we can skip that one. Let's just go straight to the data.
That is so on brand for mine.
It's just a little bit of electricity.
That is so on brand.
She has electricity resistance 5 right
Did
now.
your
so.
parents do any, electroshock on you as a child?
Electroshock.
I mean, is that what the implant's for?
Right. It's like. All right. 13 plus 18, 31 minus 4, so 27.
Is exactly what you need to be able to get into this module.
Nice.
Oh man.
Riding that razor's wire right there.
Ooh, mind spores.
The intelligence data module contains records of all the communications between the Star Eater's spine and the Devourer cult on Castrovel. Although it appears that the cultists tried to erase this data before they deserted the base, by hacking this module you recover most of the communication logs for the base's comm unit. These captioned recordings document the Castrovelian cult leader Talhoman's boastful crowing about his cult's activities at the Temple of the 12, including a premature and ultimately untrue claim of the cult's humiliating defeat of you guys. The last communication log, however, takes on a triumphantly gleeful tone. In it, Talhoman reports that information in the temple's inner sanctum has revealed the location of the key emphasized in Niara's prophecy. In the final line of the recording, Talhoman jubilantly states, "Our future awaits, far beyond the confines of the Star Eater's spine. You must fly, my sisters and brothers. Fly to where the key awaits." The recording then ends.
What a jerk.
What a conveniently placed bit of static.
Successfully hacking the data module reveals the name of the location the cultists fled to was deliberately deleted and then meticulously scrubbed from the system. The electronic signature of the hacker...
Why wouldn't you just scrub the whole video?
Okay.
Apparently that's easier.
The electronic signature of the hacker who performed these tasks is unlike any of the digital footprints left in either this data core or the computer terminal earlier. However, there are clear signs that the data was deleted just a few days ago, sometime after the cultist abandoned the Star Eater's spine, given physical clues left behind at the base, such as the state of the mess hall in Area B8.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's that Corpse Fleet guy that was all like, yeah, I deleted it, and then walked into a laser wall.
Well, no, he's probably like the one they sent to set off the traps. They could tell if it was dangerous or not.
Surprise, it's dangerous.
Okay, so the real thing is if we don't know where this is...
Yeah, you want to wait an hour and try again when we're smarter?
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Yeah, so...
You guys want to wait the mind spores out?
Well, I mean, if it makes a difference.
It will not.
But,
And
I mean...
I'll let you guys wait it out, but it does not change the fact that you're unable to get that data.
So, what do we know that we could...
Is there cams on this thing?
Well, we know that it's like a constellation called the 12.
Right.
That we need to get to.
And we know that somewhere in there is this place.
Right. That's...
Did we get any other information that might narrow it down for us?
From... What are you trying to narrow down?
We're trying to figure out where we're supposed to go.
Oh.
Like, we know it's somewhere in the constellation of the 12, but, I mean, constellation stars aren't necessarily right next to each other in space.
Right.
Right.
No, because there's this whole third dimension that constellations don't take into account.
You can take your not affected by mind spores and knowing stuff and shove it up your bug ass.
Because of the redaction, you really have no way of knowing where the cultists fled to or who exactly deleted the name of the destination.
Okay, but we can safely assume, or unsafely assume, that it was probably Corpse Fleet. So I say we hit up our Yoxian friend and be all like, where's Corpse Fleet?
Right.
Okay.
Even if you're not allied with them, I bet you guys track them.
Alright, so essentially your time here in the facility is done, and your next step is going to require like some other destination. So what would you like to do?
I say we hit up Ambassador Bozo and be all like, so where's the Corpse Fleet?
Well, I mean... Maybe the Starfinder's archives have something.
I think both are probably good. I mean, we can talk to Ambassador Bozo while we're heading.
Let's
I
split up,
mind
gang.
being in his face.
Who's taking the ship?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, we both take the ship back to Absalom Station, because apparently that's where we need to go.
Because we're missing a key piece of information, and unless we can kind of, like, at least narrow it down, I don't think we can proceed. You know what I mean?
So essentially, we got to go talk to the ambassador, and we got to go see what the Starfinder.
Yeah, and I feel like the Starfinders at least deserve to be like, hey, remember that time you told us to like go on a rock and then go to the library? Well, apparently that library is like waist deep in shit. So here's that shit.
Also, they could, the download from this terminal, I'm sure, will be useful.
Right.
So, to the maiden.
Yeah, to the maiden.
To the maiden. All right. Clear that one.
Title music for Dead Suns is provided by Overclocked Remix and created by CFX. Find more great game remixes at ocremix.com. Ambient music provided by Tabletop Audio. Original 10-minute ambiances and music for games and stories. Find out more at tabletopaudio.com.